Councilman Goolsbee to give us our invocation, and following that, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman Goolsbee.
You're right. Father, we thank you for this day and for your many blessings. We ask you tonight to be with us as we meet. May the things we do and say be pleasing to thee and the best for this city. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll see you. Council members, in your packet for this evening, you have the minutes for the September 4th, 2018 and September 7th, 2018 work sessions and the 2004 regular session. At this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Do I hear a second?
I second it.
We have a motion and a second that we approve the minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Next, before you have the agenda for this evening's meeting. What are your desires concerning the agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda as is.
We have a motion that we adopt the agenda as is. Do I hear?
I think we were going to lay over the.
Well, we're going to make that
You're
motion.
going to go ahead and do it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Second motion.
Second motion. All those, any discussion? All those in favor of adopting the agenda? Next, we have we want to recognize Mr. David Rowe. He has requested permission to address the council to discuss Permacore contract. Mr. Rowe, if you would please try talking to the microphone. My hearing aids don't work sometimes.
That's not good. Is it working this meeting?
Yeah. If you're talking to that.
Okay.
Sir, please state your address, please.
David Rowe, 2336 County Road 712. I laid out a folder in front of everybody of everything I'm getting ready to present. And I asked the cop if it was okay. He said he didn't have a problem. So I just laid one out for everybody here in the newspaper. If you open it up, it'll start where it says talking points. And I'll come back to the two that are paper clipped together later. First, I'd like to thank the city administration and city attorney for providing me with the documentation about Permacore that I requested at your last meeting. After reviewing the documentation, I had the following questions. One, if you look at Exhibit A, you'll see the contract states that Permacore will keep 52% of whatever it collects. The question would be, why did the City of Enterprise agree to such a high percentage where Permacore will get more money than the City of Enterprise? Second question, the contract is a contingency fee contract. Why did the city approve a contingency for contract when such a contract is prohibited by Alabama law and any such contract is void and unenforceable? Section 62A6 in the Alabama Code. 3, Alabama law requires that Permacore itself purchase license within 30 days of entering into a contract with a municipality. Has the City of Enterprise made sure that Permacore has itself purchased the required documentation? And I don't know where to find a copy of that. I have to play it on my wall in my business in town, so I don't know where they do it. 4, Alabama law requires that each of the examiners, the licensed collectors, whoever they are, if it has more than one examiner, has to purchase a license. The Alabama Code tells how much that license has to cost. Has the City of Enterprise made sure that their employees who are checking on Enterprise citizens have the licenses? Alabama, number 5, Alabama law requires that Prima Course license collectors be certified by the Alabama Local Tax Institute of Standards and Training. Has the City of Enterprise confirmed that the training is required by law? Number 6, has Prima Corps obtained a collection agency license under Section 4012 AD of Alabama law? 7, are the individual license collectors bonded as required by law? I can't seem to find those answers. I've done the best I can trying to find some data. If you look at Exhibit 1, I highlighted everything on the first page that says City will pay Prima Corps the following monies. And I don't want to bore everybody by reading it all. Once again, it reiterates the 52%. And if you read the contract, you'll find out it's really more than 52%. The next page, Exhibit 2, I've highlighted and circled everything that I understand the law to be in the state of Alabama. I'm not a lawyer. I just read English, and this is what English says, and this is what I comprehend. Next page is a continuation of the same thing. I'll get to parts where I'll start reading. Exhibit D highlights any examiner involved has to have a license. Collecting firms shall reply. If you have time after this meeting and you read this whole thing through, you'll find out there's a whole lot of stuff that we need to be looking at. Okay, and the reason I'm here, there's the corporate headquarters on the next page in Colorado. So basically, they're a foreign company working in Alabama, and the money leaves Alabama and goes back to somewhere. And we'll get into that a little later on. Next picture is a place where they operate out of Alabama, a little tiny house. The other one's an apartment in the basement. And then the summary is where the governor of Colorado thinks they're the greatest thing since sliced butter, but he don't live in Alabama. Next is the master services agreement that was signed by 4 out of 5 people. Mr. Miller was the only dissenting vote. And it's quite lengthy. It's highlighted in there in numerous spots. I can't believe you would sign a contract that allows some company to have access to the businesses and the citizens of Coffee County and the City of Enterprise and exclusive software that they load up in out of our system. I'm a retired Marine, as I told you last time I was here. I ain't good about people who snoop and poop and can play with all the data in my life. And I would hope that this board would look at it and say, you know what, they don't need to be getting this kind of data. I'm going to slide through the rest of the contract. It's quite extensive. Then you got the second contract that I was informed you had last time. And it gives an address of Prima Corps and the City of Enterprise. The other thing is I haven't figured out what Prima Corps is really located. They have an office supposedly in Alabama. They have an office supposedly located. The nasty letter they sent me said send the money to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not the only person that got one of them nasty letters. I've talked to a couple people this week who have. Then the second part of it, if you flip through it, is a whole bunch of contract for the second contract where they started a little prematurely doing everything they're supposed to do. And it reiterates all the fees. Then you finally get to where you guys signed off on this thing. And I get to the City of Enterprise. "2015, it shows the services provided by the police jurisdiction and the amounts of money expended. There is nothing on record for 16 and 17. And of course, 18 don't end until the 30th of this month, and then 60 days later is supposed to be another report. The next document in there was the meetings you had to sign this contract with Prima Corps. Next thing is a nasty little letter from Prima Corps to David Rowe. And it's signed sincerely, Steve Whitman. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he works for. I haven't got a clue, other than he holds himself out as Primacore. And send the money to me. And then inside that envelope was 4 pages of notes, 4 pages of data that he wanted me to send to him when I sent him my money.
Mr. Rowe, weren't you exempted from this?
Yes, sir, I'll get to that. I got 2 businesses.
Yeah.
I don't have one, I have 2. Actually, I have 3. I have one in town. I have a license. I've had a license for 9 straight years. And I ain't worrying about just David Rowe. There's a whole bunch of people in the Army. There's a whole bunch of people that live in the extra jurisdiction, and they need to be protected too. Okay, definition from the City of Enterprise on a business. Any commercial or industrial activity or any enterprise, a trade, profession, occupation, livelihood, including the lease or rental of residential or non-residential real estate, whether or not carried on for gain or profit, or whether or not engaged in the principal or as an independent contractor, which is engaged in or caused to be engaged in within a municipality. Well, first of all, my businesses out in the county aren't going to be involved in the municipality, but that's just me personally. But here's how I'm looking at it. I'm reading it. It's the law you guys wrote. Sergeant Smith gets a transfer from Fort Rucker tonight. He owns a house out in Enterprise or the police jurisdiction, which is either one, the city or the police jurisdiction. He needs to have a license to rent it. That's what your thing says. If they're having a yard sale, they have to have a license to do a yard sale. And that's my interpretation. I mean, that's what's written in the law. If that's not going to be the case, then that would have to be changed. And on that same page, I highlighted the extra police jurisdiction. Next page is Rainer Cotter sent me a whole bunch of information. I guess they got swamped in the complex in here, and Rainer volunteered. I got a couple questions that I'll get with Rainer after tonight or the next day, and go over 2 things that I think are.
But we need to.
I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I come from a town where if midnight you got out, that was early night out. Okay, City of Enterprise business license, dear farm owner, in an effort to blah, blah, blah. And this was supposedly a apology letter. I don't quite consider it an apology. Next thing is, why would Robert J. Dean Jr., City Clerk of City of Enterprise, be signing a document with a post office box for Atlanta, Georgia, in Primacore? I just am confused. If we're paying a salary, you need to sign it as a city manager, the city clerk, city whatever it is, but not Primacore. You ain't I hope you ain't an employee at Primacore. Next thing is the legislation. This one, in 2015, there was a law change. And the law requires things from the city before they started doing anything that they're doing with this contract. And I'm sure me and Rainer ain't going to see eye to eye on it, but I don't really care. I'm just going by what I read. The next page does the same thing. It talks about all the reports you're supposed to submit. Next is where I had my attorney fax some stuff to Rainer, where the counselor hears a Primacore presentation, and I highlight it. The company's fees are contingency based, violation of state law statute 42A6A. Next page is July the 11th, 2018, and they're happy that they get to get this job. Rest of it's for your convenience. I just ran through everything that was on the left side of the page real quick. Then I go to the front. It's unlawful for any municipality to charge farmers or others engaged in the production of farm products of whatever nature any license or fee for the sale or other disposition of said articles produced by them at any place in Alabama. And then the next paragraph on the front page, license law changed in 2015. The Department of Revenue of the state of Alabama called to let me know that the city of Enterprise has not complied with the law. They have not sent up anything showing that they are going to enforce the police jurisdiction, and they have sent nothing up. No maps are available for them to peruse. With that, I recommend you guys reconsider of terminating the contract and get down to taking care of the citizens and protecting our soldiers and citizens in both the police jurisdiction and in the city of Enterprise. Thank you.
Mr. Rowe. Next, we'll have privilege of the floor. If there's anyone out in the audience that wishes to address the council, we'll do so at this time. Have 3 minutes. You'll have to check in with Mr. Dean here, please.
Just go ahead and give your name and address, sir.
Steve Averitt, 4310 Highway 51, New Brockton, Alabama. I too had a question, and let me introduce it this way. First of all, when those of us are out in the county in the police jurisdiction, and if that jurisdiction moves even prior to 2015, the only real notification that we have, it doesn't have to be a phone call by y'all by law, there doesn't have to be a visit, there doesn't have to be a certified letter. I wish that some of that was true. We wouldn't be in this jam right now. But there is the requirement that he mentioned that I would like an interpretation of about the map that's supposed to be turned into ADOR each year by January the 1st. That clarification would help all of us, because if you had a new business come into town, like me, I don't live in Enterprise. I don't take an Enterprise paper. So even if there was a notice there, I go to the ADOR site by January 1 of each year. I can look on there before any city license is due on the 2nd. And I have until February the 20th to file any sales taxes based on what I collect in January. I'm the only business between the Enterprise city limits and the Ozark city limits at 231 in Ozark. I didn't get any kind of notification either, and I think that's what Mr. Rowe is trying to say. It's not that the city has been unkind to me, and I certainly hadn't been unkind to the city. I'm not here to throw rocks or kick dust. But there is a notification requirement each year, and that was put in by Arthur Orr and Cam Ward in the state legislature in 2015 for the specific purpose of letting everyone like us know that there was a place you could go and you could find out what your status and your liability was with the cities, whatever city that was. And I'd like to underline that until the city does that, to put a moratorium on this. And here's the reason. Even if we settle, and I've agreed to do that, go back and pay the license from 2013 forward, the half license, it's not a big amount of money. That's not the problem. There's still some liability that could happen that y'all can't guarantee me I won't be eligible for with the state of Alabama for a 2% sales tax that I did not collect because I did not know this affected me. That can be several thousands of dollars. We don't know how much. And so in order to do this fairly, not just legally, I would ask you, when you pass these things, to at least go and notify the people in some way other than a newspaper if they don't live here. And please go by the law that's there. The one thing we have to notify us is the ADOR website, where you're supposed to post a map of your municipal, your corporate limits, and your police jurisdictions. And here's why it's so confusing. I'll be very brief with this. I did just to see where all of the limits were now, where the signs were. Rooker Boulevard, for instance, from the city limits, which goes into Dale County from Enterprise, there's only a quarter of a mile of police jurisdiction, but yet on the Bellwood Road, there's 5 miles. But the old code of Alabama said it could only be 3. That gives you the short and the long of it. They're so varied. 1.7 here, 3.2 here, dead on 3 on Highway 167 North, Highway 167 South, dead on. The sign's exactly where it should be. Problem is, the sign on 167 South actually goes into another county also. So there's so much confusion, and all I'm asking you to do is stop that confusion by just posting the maps. Do what the law requires from 2015. Just post the maps so people don't get in a position like this, because that's the only legal notification we have. You're not obligated to do anything else. I wish you were, but you're not. And that's what I'm asking you to do out of fairness. And you can move these corporate limits, these police jurisdictions back by vote. Can't do it this year. It's too late. You don't meet again. You can move them back to 1.5 miles. And I've scoped all these roads. You don't lose hardly anything by doing that. Virtually nothing. All the concentration is within that 1.5 miles. When you go out to 3 miles, you're policing stuff that you're not getting any return on anyway. It would simplify all of this for everybody. And the sign on 27, where it used to be, from the city limits of Enterprise, used to be on the Enterprise side of Bowles Creek on Highway 27, Ozark Highway. When they worked on that bridge, that sign was moved, and we did not know, because I don't go that way, that it's all the way down to the military reservation at 1.9 miles. That variance between 1/4 mile into another county, stop at the reservation, don't stop at the Rooker Gate. That's what's caused us the confusion. And y'all can fix that confusion one or two ways. Either put the maps in like you are supposed to do before you ask us to do what we're supposed to do, or move the thing back to 1.5 miles where your real businesses are and stop all the confusion. And that's what I'm asking for you. I'm just stating that to see if you'll consider that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Next, we have to review and consider ordinance 0904-18A. Calls for consideration of providing the effective the landfill fee and the garbage rates to go up to a certain amount over a certain period of time. We're going to lay this over until 0904-18A. We're going to lay it over until our next regular meeting. Do I have that as a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So moved and second that we lay this ordinance 0904-18A lay over until our next regular meeting. All those in favor? Next, we have a request for approval of a proposal for Bates Memorial Stadium to introduce and call for consideration of a request from Billy Powell, Parks and Recreation Director, for their approval of a proposal in the amount of $21,314.91 for Warts Consulting for a new PA sound system at Bates Memorial Stadium. Council, what are your desires concerning this proposal?
I move that we accept their request.
We have a motion that we accept the request. Do we
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of that proposal? Next, we have review and consider bid recommendation, introduce and call for consideration of a recommendation from Jared Alexander, bid purchasing agent, to reject all bids received for a 2018 Ford F-450 bucket truck. Only one bidder submitted a bid, and that bid was non-responsive due to the failure to comply with the bid requirements. What are your desires concerning Mr. Alexander's request?
I make a motion to grant the request to reject the bid.
We have a motion that we reject the bid. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Signify by the normal sign. Next, we have a review and consider resolution 09-18-18 for the fiscal year 2019 operating budget. This is to issue and call for consideration of this resolution, providing for the adoption of the 2019 city operating budget as follows. Council, you have that before you.
I make a motion, we lay over, resolution 9/18/18.
We have a motion that we lay over this resolution 09/18/18. Do I?
Second it.
We have a motion and a second that we lay this over. Any discussion? All those in favor? Next, we have a resolution to consider 09/18/18-A concerning the approval for the position of Finance Director.
I make a motion, we lay over resolution 9/18/18A.
We have a motion that we lay over resolution 09/18-A. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second that we lay over this resolution. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, no sign. Next, we have review and consider resolution 09-18-18-B for the fiscal year of 2019 Chamber of Commerce contract. This is to introduce and call for consideration of resolution 09-18-18-B, providing for the renewal of the annual contract with the Enterprise Chamber of Commerce. The funding is for a term of 1 year, commencing October the 1st, 2018, in the sum of $81,500 for general funding, tourism assistance, and hospitality functions to be paid in quarterly payments. Council, what are your desires concerning this resolution?
I make a motion that we accept the resolution to renew the Chamber of Commerce.
We have a motion that we pass the resolution for the Chamber of Commerce funding. Do I hear a second?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second that we consider resolution -19-18-18-B. All those in favor? Next, we have to review and consider resolution 09-18-18-C for the fiscal year 2019. This is to introduce and call for consideration resolution -09-18-18-C, providing for the renewal of the annual contract with Wiregrass Economic Development Corporation in the sum of $100,000 to be paid in quarterly payments of $25,000. Council, what are your desires concerning resolution -09-18-18-C?
I move that we accept the renewal of the contract.
We have a motion and a second that we approve the contract. Any discussion? All those in favor by the normal sign. Next, we have to review and consider contract billings. Introduce and call for consideration of the following contract billings. Wiregrass Construction Company, Incorporated, estimate number 1 in the amount of $2,18,266.43. Construction of West College Street resurfacing. 2, we have Poly Incorporated, invoice number 17463 in the amount of $9,682.55 for construction engineering / inspection of the West College Street resurfacing. Next, number 3, we have Barge Design Solutions, invoice number 163436 in the amount of $19,317.94. This is for contract services for the FY18 airport taxiway rehab. Then we have number 4, CDG Engineers and Associates Incorporated, invoice number 8 in the amount of $3,960 for project design 2017 TAP sidewalk project. Then we have Beavers at Everhart, Browning, Walker, and Stewart, PC, invoice number 131340 in the amount of $15,219 for contract services for August 2018. Council, what are your wishes concerning these contract billings?
I just want to confirm, you did say on Wiregrass Construction, that's 218,000. Said
Yes,
2,000,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
218,000.
266.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Mark Glenn, what's the, that says estimate number one, what's their percentage of completion?
Probably 95%. All they lack is the permanent striping of the road. And based on the quantities we've already done, they're gonna underrun the contract, overall contract. All they lack is permanent striping. I'd say probably 90%.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council?
Make a motion
that
to
we, go ahead, Al.
Contract billing.
We have a motion that we pay contract billing. Do I hear a
Second.
second? We have a motion and second. Is there any discussion? No discussion. Normal sign. Thank you. Next, we have a review and consider travel request. This is to call for consideration of the following travel request: administrative, Shannon Goodson, to the AMROA Municipal Revenue Officers Training Institute, to be held on October 2 through 5, 2018 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with an estimated cost of $939.65. Council, what are your desires concerning this travel request?
I move that we accept the travel.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second that we accept the travel request, or is there any discussion? All those in favor? Next, we have a request to dispose of inventory. Introduce and call for consideration of a request to declare the following items as surplus property and to dispose of them in a manner in accordance with the state law. We have the HP LaserJet printer, a Brother printer. Those are those listed. Council, what are your concerns, wishes concerning this disposal request?
Make a motion that we approve the disposal.
We have a motion that we approve the disposal.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second that we approve the disposal of the inventory as listed. Any discussion? All those in favor? Next, we have the mayor's report.
Thank you, President. We would like to thank everybody for coming, and of course, anytime our citizens have suggestions or ways to help us improve our city, we are open for discussion. I was told when I first got in here, Mr. President, that was a leak somewhere in here, and of course, we will take care of that tomorrow sometime.
You got it, Mark. Is that all? Councilman Rich?
Thank everybody for coming. Thank you, Mr. Rowe and Mr. Averett, for your concerns tonight.
I would say the same. Thank you for coming, and we'll certainly take into consideration everything that's been approved. Thank you.
I'd echo what's been said, Mr. Rowe. Thank you. Steve, thank you for coming, and thank the rest of our guests for being here.
Same thing. Thank y'all all for coming. Hope you have a safe trip home.
Mr. President, I move that we go into executive session.
We have a motion that we go into executive session. Do I hear a second?
Second is executive session or 911?
The executive session.
Okay, we're going back into executive?
Yeah.
Second motion.
All those in favor of going into executive session,
Aye.
please signify by the. At this time, the city council will go into executive session. Yes, okay.
20 minutes, approximately, and this sounds silly, but the council have to come back, don't expect any action to be taken. The council have to come back and recess this meeting and then adjourn into the E911
Yep.
board. And if I could just ask the mayor and Mr. Vickers, if the department heads are not going to the E911 board meeting, may they be excused?
Sure.